TV player to actively what? Yeah, we're good.
Hey everyone, sorry I can't.
All right, let's do it. Let's go live, ladies and gentlemen. The event is starting. All right, officially, we should be live. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy here. Your boy, as per usual. Wait. Yeah, we're good. Are we live? Yeah, we're live. We're live. We're live. It's just a little bit behind. Oh, I should keep that open. I'm an idiot. I should have kept that open, low-key. Here, let me open this real quick. All right, boys. Okay, no. Don't open here yet. Okay, go over here. Bow. We're gonna do bow. We're gonna do bow. We're gonna do bow. All right, what is going on, lovelies? How we doing today, ladies and gentlemen? All right, are we doing good? Are we doing good? What's happening, boys? It is Cross Circle, number 51. How we doing, lovelies? Hope you guys are doing well. I want to see some people in the chat. Some homies in the chat. Let me know how you're doing today. How's life? How you feeling? You feeling good? We're going to talk about some PlayStation stuff. But first off, we have a few things we're going to get through before we get to the topics at hand. We have a few topics. I also have my boy Billy with me. As you know, a friend of the show. Billy, do you want me to say muted during this? Do you want to be tangentially involved? What's the deal? We have some riveting words from Billy right there. Riveting words. A man of the culture, quite honestly. Quite honestly.
Billy, you know what I don't get?
All right, never mind. I'm gonna meet them because he's still talking to people. All right. So we do have some things to get through. A lot of things are really good today, but first I want to know how we doing in the chat. Oh, we got Owen freaking out over the last one. You know what? I say let's just roll it. I should have changed. I'm gonna change this. Wait, can I do that? Actually, no. Hold on. Can I change the title of this? I should have done that before I started, honestly. I should have really done that before I started. Can I change the title of this? Can I, boys? Can I? Here, I'm going to try to do it this way. I don't know if it'll work. But we have to put Last of Us in the title. Because, boys, let me tell you something. Alright, how about this? Alright. One character short. Damn. Alright, squinch that in there. Boom. Alright, Owen, can you let me know if the title has changed for the stream? I don't think it will. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay, cool. Okay, it did change. If you refresh, it changed. Alright, boys. I know it's kind of a weird episode, but we're going to roll straight into it. Take a look at this intro. What is going on, guys? It is your boy Tiki Winter here, back again with a video, and I'm on the wrong screen. I should be on this one, pal. So, funny story. Christian, the boy. I'm gonna replace this with. I'm gonna replace Christian's face with a picture of him in a little bit here. If you're watching VOD, let me just find that real quick while we roll this clip. But so. It is your boy, episode 51, and Christian cannot be here, but he wanted me to roll this video for you all. So we're going to watch this video. This is his impressions on Creature in the Well. We're going to start with this, and, Christian will explain why he is not here currently, unfortunately. And, but we are going to definitely be talking about some stuff as well. That is really good. But I say, hey, let's just start off with Christian's opinions and thoughts on Creature in the Well while I fix this image over here on this side, and we'll go into some other top. Oh my God, who is calling me? Stop. Now is not the time. All right, let's get right into it.
Hey everyone, sorry I can't be there today. I am nursing a 101 degree fever. I have the flu, I believe. But I did want to give a quick shout out to a game I've been playing over the weekend. Really enjoying it, and that's Creature in the Well. Before I dive too deep into it, we did receive the code from Pop Agenda. Big thank you to them and the developers of Flight School that created Creature in the Well. I'm really enjoying this, and it's funny because when Creature in the Well debuted, I thought the art style looked cool, but I thought I'd pass on it. But I think around E3 or one of the mid-year Nintendo Directs, Creature really stood out to me, and ever since then I've just been waiting for it to release, and it finally did. And I am about 8 or so hours in the game. I think the in-game clock is not accurate of my time because I left my Switch in sleep mode, but my in-game clock, I guess, keeps running. So if I had to guess, I'd say I'm between 6 to 8 hours in so far. I have one dungeon to go, and then I unlock the final gauntlet to complete the story of the game. But Creature in the Well is engaging because it's very tight. It feels good to play. It feels exciting to explore each corridor of these dungeons and learn more about the lore of this world. The whole time you're playing as an engineer that used to work for the machine inside the well in the mountain, which was overtaken by the creature. You are the last surviving one. You wake up suddenly, and you go along with what you're programmed to do. You go to fix and maintain the machine by restarting all the modules inside, and it's been a blast. My one negative, I would say, with the entire game is that some of the ideas get a bit repetitive. There are a lot of rooms where it just comes down to knock down all the nodes, power up these nodes, unlock the door. And while it does get repetitive, the thing I like about it is that you're constantly earning energy points by using your one of your 2 weapons to charge up these energy balls to interact with each dungeon room. It's cool because every time you do that, you get a currency that you can use to either upgrade yourself as a bot C or open doors. So far, out of all the dungeons I've completed, I've been able to 100% complete all the rooms in there, and I'm most likely gonna 100% the game because it's just a blast to go through each room and see what little secrets, what little twists on their puzzle mechanics in Creature in the Well. I really can't say enough good things about the art style of this game. I know it's Mike Mignola inspired, which, if you're not familiar, he's the creator and illustrator of Hellboy. It just looks like a very well realized oil painting, and it's beautiful. There is very little soundtrack, but when the soundtrack does kick in, it's exciting. And most of the time, those are in the boss room encounters, and the boss rooms are really where I'm experiencing most of the challenge from Creature in the Well. There was one specific room where I got stuck for a while because there was the addition of timers and stun modules that could rotate and move, and if you hit them, send out an AoE attack that would destroy you. So that was tough, but the boss rooms employ a lot of these things. They stack a lot of obstacles. There's several layers to them where you have to proceed back up the well after being dragged down on a platform by the creature. But I really am having a blast with it. It's a very, very solid game. I would love to see them make a sequel to this, really flesh out some new ideas with the mechanics they have in there, maybe expand upon what there already is, because it's very fun. It's the best pinball game I've played in my entire life, probably, and I'm really enjoying it. So thank you all for checking out the episode. I hope you pick up Creature in the Well. If you have any more questions, you can directly contact me at my Twitter at @ChrisNBuckley. I'll answer questions, but let me know if you pick the game up, because I'm having a blast with it, and it's tiding me over until the fall really kicks into gear. So with that being said, I'm going to throw back to Kevin, and thanks for covering me this episode, dude. I appreciate it. Greatness awaits.
So boom, that was a. I'll go back to the main screen. So that. Oh, let's play the intro again. Let's not do that again. Sorry, but that was, of course, Christian Buckley's take. Actually, no, I'm going back to. I'm gonna keep on this one for the episode. Okay, I'm keeping on this scene. I swear to God, I'm not gonna shift anyway. But that was Christian Buckley's thoughts. Of course, Christian Buckley on Creature in the Well. This will be going live on PlayStation Source at a undisclosed time, maybe after this podcast, I believe, but it'll be its own VOD, so you can leave a like on it. And definitely let us know in the comment section below what you guys think about Creatures in the Well. If you've played it, are you going to play it? This is definitely on my list now after talking to Christian about the game and everything, and I've heard a few people give some takes on the game. They seem to like it, so it seems like I would like it too. I had someone tell me, and again, I have not played the game, and of course, just to be, straight up, just reiterate the thing that Christian said as well in this video, that, this was given to us by Pop Agenda, of course. So they offered us the code, so we gave our thoughts and opinions without dropping $1 on the game. Just letting you all know that, just being upfront. We were provided a code to play Creature in the Well. Wasn't me, it was Christian. We only got one code, so I gave it to Christian, and he definitely sounded like he enjoyed it. And this video will be going live here in a little bit here on PlayStation Source. So make sure to go check out that if you deem so worthy. Now, with that out of the way, we do have a few gaming topics. We're going to talk a little bit about my thoughts on Man of Medan, my thoughts on Erica, as well as my thoughts on Control. But we had breaking news here. Now, of course, if you guys are not well aware of PlayStation Source, we do have a little podcast we do weekly called Road to Part 2, of course, with my good friend, the Starks. And we will definitely talk about this whole breaking news here at a future episode, and of course we will talk about what could be shown here. We will of course cover this whole thing in its whole entirety. But we had Jeff Keighley here giving the good news, ladies and gentlemen, after a long time. We haven't seen anything new of Last of Us Part 2 since E3 2018. It has been a year and what is it? June, July, like a year and 3 months essentially. But we finally have confirmation. We already see here the ads and mentions are crazy. We got Owen over here wilding out. We have Neil Druckmann making a joke about how, hey, as Jeff Keighley is in Death Stranding, he could be in Last of Us Part 2. But guys, it's happening. It's happening. What does Colin say? Sony PR doesn't invite us to any. Oh, no, his brother. Okay, that's just him talking about his own sacred symbol stuff. But it is happening, ladies and gentlemen. We are hearing more about Last of Us Part 2 on September 24th. And what's crazy is that I'm looking at Discord, right? I do not think that my co-host for Road to Part 2, the Starks, I don't think he has seen this news yet, so I cannot wait to see how he reacts. But it is happening. We will, of course, be covering it on the channel and all that good stuff. Of course, we will be covering this, and I cannot wait, right? Last of Us Part 2, it is still my most anticipated game as of right now. You know what I'm saying? Like there is no, you can say whatever you want about Cyberpunk. You can say whatever you want about the proposed Horizon 2 that is coming out eventually in the future, which of course is coming out. We could talk about the God of War sequel, where it's called God of War, God of War Ragnarok or whatever, something like that. But I am most hyped about Last of Us Part 2. I cannot wait for, of course, the story as well as the factions. And, of course, we have talked about it endlessly on the Road to Part 2 series that we do on the channel. So make sure to go check out that as well. But this is happening, breaking news here. And we have another thing going on here. So I'm going to try and open this real quick. It's going to look a little bit ugly here, so bear with me real quick. I'm just going to do a little this and then bring this to our attention here. So you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, we have Insider Z. Why is it cut off? It's cut off on OBS. Weird. So doesn't matter. We have Z Huge X. Of course, he is a big analyst in the industry. Of course, he tends to know a lot of things about a lot of things pretty early as opposed to everyone else, right? But he is here, and 8 minutes ago, he said that, well, not 8 minutes ago. 8 minutes ago that this screenshot was taken, but this isn't the only Sony event that week, apparently. So there's going to be more. Apparently, if he is right, and usually the boy tends to be right about these things. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot more in store in terms of Sony and events that week. That is not including the, of course, Last of Us Part 2 event that they are having as well. So it's happening in Los Angeles. Please RSVP with your PR contact. Obviously, I would love to go. I'm sure if I check my email, I do not think I got invited, but I would love to go nonetheless. But it is insane. It is crazy, guys. We are going to see what's going down. Of course, check out Road to Part 2. We will be covering that all in its glory about all that needs to be said about it because it is going to be good. I can't wait. And I know the audience, as well as everyone pretty much on Twitter, is definitely hell-bent on knowing what is going on with this game. The people want to know. The people want to know what's going on. We have Omar here in the chat saying something about PS5. I don't. Oh. Oh, wait. You guys in the chat saying part 2, right? Are you, I mean, not part 2, saying PS5. Are you saying that this other Sony event could be about PS5? Huh. That's interesting. That is very, I don't think so. And Christian Buckley, you are right. I'm pretty sure we do have the biggest lossless podcast on the internet. Probably not. But nonetheless, man, I don't see it happening this soon. I don't see a PS5 event because, I mean, again, this is not the main topic of the episode. We have other games to talk about, but my opinion has been, all right, I believe they're going to unveil the PS5 similar to a form factor where they did the PS4, where they had a PlayStation meeting conference on February 20th, 2013. And they detailed the features and the innards of the PS4, how they made a big deal about how it was going away from the solid processor and going to a more regular PC architecture so that it makes development easier, because we all know that PS3 had a lot of issues with game devs because it had a weird processor that worked with it and stuff like that. But that was just my thought. Like, I'm just thinking, okay, like they're probably going to do a similar way of unveiling PS5 like they did with PS4. Because, of course, we got that PlayStation meeting in 2013 in February, and then we got the look at the physical console at E3 that year, right? And so, I mean, I guess it's not out of the I guess it's not out of the. I mean, yeah, Christian says it could be another state of play. I can see it definitely being another state of play, 100%. I can see that being another state of play. But I just don't know if they'll talk about PS5 this soon, guys. Like, I mean, we got a lot of info on that Wired.com interview that came out May, I believe, or June, something like that. I think it was May. So we know a lot about the PS5. We know that it's going to be running SSD. We know it's going to be supporting ray tracing. We know it's going to be supporting 8K video output, not 8K gaming, but 8K video output. So you can, if there's a movie that comes out in 8K, you can watch it there. And it's the specific HDMI as well that's changed on that. That's pointing to that. We know we seem to know a lot about the PS5 already, right? So I feel like that was kind of their dosage to us involving anything PS5 this year, but maybe, I don't know. Now, I do like the idea of a state of play. I think a state of play is the way to go. I think that's a good idea. I think that is a better guess to have. But I see Starks has finally liked the tweet. He is freaking out, I'm assuming. But let me know what you guys think, guys. What do you guys think this other event's going to be? What do you guys think about The Last of Us news, about this other event? Let me know your thoughts. And, of course, keep it locked here on PlayStation Shorts and Movie. And we, of course, will be here, and we will be reacting and giving you all the info that you guys need to know. We have a live update from Starks. He says, I am panicking. He is indeed panicking, my friend. We have a lot to talk about involving that. But let's move on to and of course, if you're new here, this is, of course, let me go to the main thing. It's going to go to the intro, but oh no, it didn't. Okay, cool. All right. So this is, of course, Cross Circle, our weekly PlayStation Source podcast where we go over any and all things PlayStation. And I wanted to discuss a few games that I played over the past few weeks, right? So these are going to be, I'm probably going to start with Erica, then I'll go with Man of Medan, then I'll go with Control. You know what I'm saying? But let's start with Erica, right? So Erica was announced a few years ago. It was supposed to be a PlayLink game. So it's supposed to be one of those games where you can play on your phone, and you mainly had the control functionality on your phone, and it was on TV, and you can do all that type of stuff with it. And the most prominent feature of this game, the most thing to write home about, is that it is live action. So all the choices and the whole entire game is done with live action actors, and it's very cool because I know when they again talked about this game and they first and they did a shadow drop was at Gamescom this year. and they talked a lot about how it was very difficult to film and stuff like that, and very difficult to produce overall. And so, it was definitely a feat that they had to overcome, and they definitely did in the final build. And overall, it's a pretty cool experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll say at the end of the day, it's a pretty cool experience. And again, it's only $10. I don't think I said that, but it is $10. So not a lot of investment you can have there. I completed it, and I think on stream on this channel, I think in about an hour and a half or 2 hours. So it was relatively short. The story was very, very weird, very, very cryptic, very much of a weird type of story vibe that I got with Control, where they're posing a lot of questions and not really giving you a lot of answers or as to why this is like that and stuff like that. So, very interesting overall, but I would give it a soft recommendation. You know what I'm saying? And the way they were talking at Gamescom with the different actors on stage, I know they were very genuine. They definitely were proud of the work they did here. And I'm not saying that Erica's bad. It's just a very, it's just a very much of a passable experience, right? Like, it was not my favorite narrative game I played here. Definitely Man of Medan, I enjoyed it a little bit more than Erica. But I'll say, hey, if you got $10 to spare and you want a cool little neat thing, to just experience, feel free, right? And I feel like this could be some sort of like a thermometer, right? Hear me out, guys. Like, we knew that PlayStation started their PlayStation Productions initiative early this year, where they're going to start making different types of TV shows or movies dependent on PlayStation IP. And so we know that the first one, I believe, is confirmed or rumored, that the Uncharted movie will be kind of helmed by PlayStation Productions. I think that's confirmed. I'm not sure. Let me know in the chat. I'm not really 100% sure. But I could definitely see PlayStation Productions working on something like this, right? Like making other narratives that kind of lend itself to the same format as Erica. Like maybe excuse me. Like it's done through the phone, because you can play Erica through the phone as well, but it's via a specific app. It's not play link specific and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think maybe this is what they're gauging. Like, maybe perhaps like they might want to do another one of these and try it out. But overall, I thought Erica was pretty interesting. I didn't love the way my ending turned out. I didn't love the way certain things turned out. And it just felt like it felt just like a concept. It felt definitely like a demo, like, hey, like, let's just try this out. It definitely wasn't really as fleshed out as I thought it was going to be. But of course we have the confirmation of Twisted Metal being on PlayStation Production. So shout out to Christian for pointing that out to me. But overall, Erica is pretty cool. If you have a $10 to spare, feel free to go check it out. If you like those narrative experiences, I think it's worth it for $10. Pretty cool, but don't go rushing to play it. You don't need to rush to play it. But what you probably should rush to play, in somewhat of the same form factor, is Man of Medan, of course, by Supermassive Games. They developed Until Dawn, of course, which Until Dawn I didn't love. Didn't really love. I know I've said in the past, like, I think it's trash. I don't think it's trash in hindsight. I just don't think it was some crazy like holy grail type deal that like some make it out to be. And again, maybe it's their opinion. You know what I'm saying? But it just wasn't really my favorite game, or wasn't my cup of tea at all, per se. But Man of Medan is the next iteration of Supermassive Games. It's a part of the Dark Pictures anthology, where they're going to have 5, I believe, different chapters come out, and they are all separate from each other. The only thing that's consistent is the narrator. I forgot his name. The curator, I think, is what it's called in the game. So he is the one that is kind of giving you hints and stuff like that, and definitely kind of guides you narratively through the story and everything. So, and you like always come back to him after the end of a certain section, and he's like, "Hey, so you made some interesting choices, like and they ask you, well, not they, but he asks you specifically, like, do you want a hint?" I never took a hint, but I wonder if you would take the hint. Like, I wonder how my story could have unfolded. But again, Man of Medan features these college kids, and they're going on some sort of boating trip, and there is a brother and sister combo where they're both pretty wealthy, and there's two African Americans that are brothers, and the older brother is dating the sister out of the siblings that are rich, and then we have the boat. I'm forgetting all these names. Wow. We have again the captain of the ship because they go out to go look at some stuff in the ocean, they hang out, whatever. We have her as well, and it is essentially just they go into a ghost ship through means that I don't want to say all the details about and kind of spoil it for you all. But overall, like I kind of thought that the best aspect of Man of Medan was the characters. Like I loved being on the boat and I loved having conversation and I loved kind of like seeing the different threads that I could do and stuff like that. And I did not get a chance to play it co-op or play it with another person. Did not get the chance to do that, unfortunately. I know a lot of people were praising that aspect of the game because each of the two different players, as far as I understand, can experience different conversations that coincide with each other, but they're happening in two different places. And so it's the same, like they're both having their conversations at the same time, but they both relate to each other, but you don't know what the other person said. And so that I hear was pretty cool overall, and probably like the best feature of Man of Medan. But I just never got a chance to fully explore that. I didn't get a chance to play co-op. But overall, I thought Man of Medan was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I liked it a lot more than Erica. And I guess its biggest fault, I feel like, is kind of like the horror. Because, like, I remember some pretty good scares in Until Dawn where, like, it was some pretty cool and smart scares that, like, actually got me, And I was playing, in my room, on my bed with the lights dimmed, getting that kind of spooky ambiance. And I wasn't ever, scared at one point. And it seems like all the times that did you try movie night mode or is that the multiple people mode? I did not try movie night mode. Did not try that. I just played it the vanilla solo experience. You know what I'm saying? Like I just went through it like that. And I just found like the parts in the game where they were trying to do a jump scare to just be like very just watered down and super cliche and not really impactful at all. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's just me. But I felt like they were trying to make a horror type deal like what they did with Until Dawn. But that was kind of the weakest link, because honestly, I feel like they made really interesting characters that I really wanted to, talk to a little bit more to, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm like, man, like, I kind of want to know more about these characters and I kind of want them to be in, the next episode or future episode, and they won't be, But overall, I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty good. It is $30. Now, here's something that I think I have an issue with, right? As far as I'm aware, they also announced the next episode of the anthology series. It's called something Hope or like Night Hope, something like that, right? But I believe you have to buy that separately as well. So it's not like when you buy Life is Strange, for example, right? You like pay that upfront $30 and all the chapters just come to you for free. Like you can buy a bundle of them and just purchase them all up front, and then they slowly come and trickle down when they're ready. I don't think that's the case with this game. I believe you have to buy them all separately. And they're $30, so obviously that's going to be $150 if you buy all of them, So I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know if that's true, but Little Hope, thank you. Yeah, so that's the next anthology series in Dark Pictures, but I'm pretty sure that's correct, and I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. Like I enjoyed Man of Medan, and I think overall I'm going to definitely buy Little Hope and play through it just because overall I had a positive experience with Man of Medan. But I don't know if I'll actually buy it's a tough ask, to have someone, to buy each chapter for $30. It's like, it's kind of pricey, you know what I'm saying? But I'm likely going to buy Low Hope overall because I do want to see, how the curator, evolves with me, and he is the only thing that's kind of going to be persistent throughout the whole anthology series and stuff like that. So I'm definitely intrigued to see how he goes out and how maybe like, he'll have different things to say based off how I did with the first episode. Maybe they read into the same saves and stuff like that on your PS4. Maybe it does something like that. But I just don't know about that price point. I wish it was a bundle because I would love to just buy them all. Even if it was like $60. Hey, cool. Like, I would rather just have them all, than pay $30 separately each time. But I guess we'll have to see. So overall, Man of Medan pretty cool. I enjoyed it overall. But definitely a pretty good evolution, I feel, to Until Dawn, because at least to me, now there's something that I forgot to bring up, right? Now to me, right, I don't know if this is true, because I've had people say that they felt that Man of Medan looked worse than Until Dawn, but to me, I felt like it looked and ran way better than Until Dawn, right? And just to preface, I did play Until Dawn, on a base PS4. So maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe it was chugging. Like, because I remember Until Dawn being a super laggy experience, super sluggish, not the most refined game in terms of performance in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely, didn't feel like, I didn't really feel like it ran that well, but I felt that Man of Medan definitely ran a lot better, in my opinion. And it looked better too. Like there are some textures in Man of Medan that look incredible. You know what I'm saying? And like the skyboxes when you're on the ship look really, really good. And there is now, I'm trying to remember if this, no, okay, so it wasn't like this. I think it's Supermassive Games only, where like the way you're controlling your character, I don't know why, it just does not vibe with me. I get stupid when I'm trying to like move my character around in a environment of a game like that. It just throws me off. You know what I'm saying? And I remember Until Dawn having that issue. Man of Medan definitely does have the issue, at least for me, right? This could be just a me thing. Maybe I'm just that dumb, perhaps. But I don't have this issue with Life is Strange. I don't have the issue with Detroit. I never had the issue, stuff like that. But I feel like it's almost like there's a big, like maybe 3/4 of a second long gap of reaction to when you move your thumbstick to when the character actually moves. Like I felt like that was definitely happening in Man of Medan, and it made it feel like very sluggish, and I felt very slow in a way. It felt just very odd to me. So just keep that in mind. But overall, I definitely recommend Man of Medan more than Erica. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Man of Medan it was a good experience overall. Like it was a very, very good experience. I liked it. If you're deciding between Erica or Man of Medan to play a more narrative, choice based game, definitely play Man of Medan. But overall, that was pretty cool. Now, let's get into the meat of this episode. I'm playing a little game called Control. Now, if you recall, whenever we would talk about Control on the podcast, I definitely was someone that was like, it doesn't look like it'll be for me. I'm not going to play it. You know what I'm saying? So I was definitely just more like, okay, yeah, like it looks cool. Christian said he was going to play it, so I'll just let him play it, and then let me know how I feel about it. But I graciously got the opportunity to play it because my coworker was like, hey, I have it physically. I beat it. I'm done with the game. Do you want it? I'm like, yeah, sure, dude. I'll take it. I'll take it off your hand. So I got the physical copy of Control. You got to love it. A nice little box art. You got to love it. And this is my first Remedy game. I've never owned an Xbox console my entire life. I never played the Max Paynes that they developed. I never played Alan Wake. I never played Quantum Break as well. So I'm just going in with a clean slate here on Remedy and how they make games and stuff like that. I'm very much blind. And I also made a video on this channel, which you can go look at right now. I think it was last week I made it, where there are a bunch of rumors going around. There are a bunch of rumors going around that PlayStation and Sony are preparing to buy Remedy, right? And I thought, the main premise of that video, again, go check it out. But the main premise of that video, I felt, was that, like, okay, there's a lot of evidence to support that Sony and PlayStation are and perhaps will be buying Remedy, right? But overall, I felt that Remedy just made third-person action games, right? And I felt that Sony already has enough of studios that do that. You know what I'm saying? So I felt that it would have been a bit redundant and a bit kind of like, what's the point, low key, to buy Remedy if they are not offering something truly unique in terms of like a genre, just because we have so many third person action games in the warehouse of PlayStation. Not saying that Remedy's not talented, not saying that they're bad developers. I'm just saying that the games that they make, we already have plenty of devs that make that type of game, generally speaking. You know what I'm saying? But then I got my hands on Control, right? Boys, ladies and gentlemen, gather around. Let's talk about Control here, right? It's fun. It's very, very fun. I am having those grips with the game. Like, the game has its grips in me in a way that is like, I am yearning to play it whenever I'm not playing it. I'm getting up a little bit earlier before work. I did this weekend to play it. I was playing it before I even started this podcast. I'm already, getting invested in the upgrade tree and getting to certain things. And okay, cool. If I go in this specific area and get these materials, I can make an upgrade to my gun. It's cool. It's a very, very cool game, and I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm definitely enjoying it a lot. And I'm getting a little bit more excited at the notion that perhaps Sony could be buying Remedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't beat the game yet, and I do have gripes with the game that we will get to. I have gripes with this game, right, boys? I do have gripes. But overall, this is probably my second favorite. Okay, hold on. This is one of my favorite games I played this year. I'm not putting a number on it. I'm not saying but Control is definitely one of my favorite games I have played this year so far, right? I'm having a lot of fun with this game. It is very, very fun. It feels smooth. It feels nice. The combat is probably the best part of this game. The story is indeed weird. The story is weird. It plays it kind of quick and loose with the explanations of what's going on with the game. But I feel like things are being put, like, I feel like we got, imagine a plate of food, right? Actually, no, not that. Imagine Legos, right? I feel like the game in the beginning kind of just takes the box of Legos and kind of just smashes it on the ground, and it's spread out. You don't understand what's going on. But over time, the Lego pieces are coming together, and they're forming something that I think is going to make sense in the end, right? That's how they are kind of introducing the story, and there's elements of other characters that I won't bring up here, that involve a more familial aspect. Yes, I said familial, like family, right? That are in there as well, and it's just fun. And I think the biggest takeaway here, and probably the highest praise I can give it, is that, the gameplay with the gun and how you can upgrade it, and how different forms of that gun is so cool. Phone, what are you doing? I'm talking, phone. Thank you. Anyway, the game is really fun. The game feels great, and it is reminding me of Infamous. And I know that is that's a thing I just said. It is a thing I just said. Control reminds me a lot of Infamous and how that plays, and it feels that silky smooth. It feels really good to me, in my opinion, and I am liking it so far. The game is beautiful. The game has some of the most unique and really cool environments that you go into. And there's also some really neat puzzles that aren't hard, but they're really cool puzzles. So, like, there's one that I have been to twice already, and I think I'll go to... No, I've been to it 3 times. And I think I'll go to it another time. I feel like it'll repeat itself. But there's this, like, puzzle that you go into. You go into a motel, and you have to interact with the world and find patterns to be able to crack the code. And it's super unique. It's super cool. It's just like really, really neat stuff that I haven't seen in gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of originality in this game that definitely deserves all the praise it's been getting. Now, I think it got, like an 86 on Metacritic or 87, something like that. We can talk a little bit about Project Resistance in a little bit. I'm not the biggest Resident Evil fan. Never played Resident Evil. But I know a lot of people are hyped about that. But Control is a very good game. It's a very good game so far. I'm about 5 to 6 hours in, I think. And I'm definitely trying to beat it before Borderlands 3 because you already know We're gonna talk about some Borderlands 3 Metacritic next year, boys. But Control is very good. I'm liking it a lot. I know I said that 1,000 times, but I'm trying to think of something else because there's something else. Oh, let's discuss this. You have heard a lot. If you guys have been have been seeing about Control, the map situation, right? This is the main thing I wanted to see for myself, okay? Because you could tell me, hey, you know, games game looks good, cool. The game looks good, the game plays good, cool. I can see that by myself, all good, right? But I needed to see the map. I want to see how I like. Is it really that bad, ladies and gentlemen? The map is indeed that bad. The map is horrible, right? And it's that like it's not explained that the square map that you're looking at is one of many different parts of the map, right? And it's many different floors of the map, right? But the problem is that the map is always presented to you in a 2D space, right? That you never fully understand that, oh, like this is this floor's map. And that's that floor's map. And what makes it even more confusing is that, with that being said, the map that you're looking at currently on the current floor that you're on has stairs and different levels in itself. So the stairs are showing, but it's it's just very confusing, boys. It is a map that is not good. I don't like the map. And honestly, I have been finding a lot more success in just kind of following the signs that they have, because they have, like, it's kind of like if you're at a hospital, right? Where it will say, hey, exit, and have an arrow, right? And there's multiples of those until you get to the exit, right? So I've been finding a lot of success with that, and trying to kind of find my way around the map using that standpoint. But overall, it's just not been the most smooth experiences. But I'm loving the upgrade systems. I'm loving the way I can change my weapon, because if you guys don't know, you start out with a pistol, which is a very, very strong pistol, but you can upgrade it so that the pistol transforms in your hand to, I have like a sniper form where it kind of acts like a sniper and like a charge shot. There's that. I just unlocked the shotgun form where it acts like a shotgun, like a semi-automatic shotgun. That's really fun to use as well. As well as I have an automatic attachment as well. That acts like an automatic SMG type weapon. So those have been really cool. And the powers, oh my god, boys, the powers that you unlock in this game are so cool, bro. And the powers really are mainly what makes me feel like this game has like remnants of like a DNA of Infamous. Obviously, Sucker Punch didn't make this game, but it feels like it has some Infamous DNA in it in terms of abilities, because you get the launch mechanic super quickly. So launch essentially is where you can look at an object, use telekinesis or whatever to be able to launch different objects at your enemies, and it does a ton of damage. It's very useful. Honestly, for a lot of different encounters, it's very critical that you use launch. It's very, very good, very powerful move, and you can only make it stronger through different mods that you find in the world. Now, Kevin Mack brings up flying it. Yes, I am flying. I just unlocked it today. That feels really good. It doesn't feel as smooth as I want to. Like, definitely there are better terms of like gliding and different flying mechanics in past Infamous games that are better than this game, but it's still so fun to be able to fly, and you can combine all these different moves. So like, I remember one time where I started to levitate and do a flying move, as well as do a launch mechanic where I picked up a piece of the wall next to me and chucked it at a homie, and then while his shield was down because I launched something at him, I finished off with my pistol. Like, there's just super cool and fluid moves you can do. Combat feels 10 out of 10 amazing. So overall, I mean, Control does have issues in terms of like how it delivers the story. I feel is kind of but I feel like that's more of like a choice that they made themselves, like they want to be. I think a little bit more mystique and a little bit more, smoke and mirrors and stuff like that. The map is horrible, god awful, right? So that's a big negative in terms of like interfacing with the game. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I think the story that they are delivering so far is pretty unique, is pretty interesting, and it definitely has like some like super X-Files type of vibes to it, where like it's definitely like, a branch of the U.S. government that handles things that they cannot explain, and it's the Bureau of Control and stuff like that. So overall, it's a very, very cool, unique story, and the gameplay is top notch. The combat is top notch. I love it, and I cannot wait to play more. So I will, we'll probably talk about Control again at a later episode when I beat the game and I can give my full opinion on it, definitely. But overall, Control gets my 2 thumbs up. Right. I want to move into a little into another part of this episode, if I may. Right. Christian wanted me to highlight some of the Borderlands 3 Metacritic. As you know, Borderlands 3 coming out. I'm very much... Ooh, let me switch scenes. I'm very much looking forward to Borderlands 3. It comes out Friday. Cannot fucking wait. Am trying to be controlled before Borderlands 3 comes out because I will not be distracted by Control. Like, I will not be taken away from Borderlands 3. That's not happening, right? So look here. So right now, Borderlands 3 is sitting at an 85 on Metacritic, right? And I'm going to look real quick and see which review that... Ooh. You are loud. You are loud. What's making noise? Oh, it's down here. Damn, that was loud. Sorry, guys. My bad. God, that was so loud. Anyway, Christian wanted me to read a specific review from Borderlands 3. The one from PC Gamer. Okay, cool. So from PC Gamer, we're gonna look that up. My bad. Sorry about the noise, y'all. My bad. My apologies. But let me see if PC Gamer is on here. So give it a 63. Yikes. We'll read some of their review here. How long is this? I want to kind of read is there like an ending synopsis to this? Let's see. Okay, how about this? PC Gamer says, between the bugs, the extended non-jokes, the self-aggrandizing jabs at game design trends, and a few cameos I won't spoil, but that make me audibly groan, Borderlands 3 has a lot in common with Gearbox fan events as of late. There's a lot of loud, extended posturing while holding what everyone really came for hostage. It's a shame, because Tales from the Borderlands found a delicate balance of absurdity, self-awareness, and genuine heart. A better Borderlands is possible. It's just not Borderlands 3. Damn. Borderlands 3 getting slapped by PC Gamer. It says, an endless font of bad jokes and cool guns in the series' most vapid story yet. Borderlands 3 skates on watching numbers fly and goons explode. So it looks like PC Gamer definitely was not a fan of Borderlands 3. I want to see what else we got here. So let's see. Let me read IGN's review. Actually, no. Game Informer says Borderlands 3 is a love letter to its fans and a celebration of the style of play it first popularized, filled with characters from previous installments and an unapologetic in its silly humor and bombastic actions. It's an amusing ride that seems hesitant to innovate. If more of what you loved before is your chief desire, Gearbox has granted that wish through a game of impressive scope that charts some very safe territory. And so, I mean, that's what I'm looking for, honestly. Like, I'm looking for a modern day Borderlands 3. I mean, a modern day Borderlands. Kevin, what am I saying? But overall, like, that's what I'm personally looking for, right? So as long as Borderlands 3 is just more Borderlands for me, it's going to be hard for me to call it bad. And I know y'all be saying in the comments and in the chat that, oh, I'm biased because I love Borderlands. And honestly, you're not wrong. I know I'm biased, right? But I do, I will definitely try to go into it with an objective mindset, and I will be going into it, in terms of like, all right, this is 2019, right? Like, we have gotten other games of this ilk that may perhaps be better than Borderlands. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe the once OGs may not be making the best lure shooter out on the market. So 85. I want to see some people else's takes that I have. So it looks like there's been just over 20 critics that have reviewed Borderlands 3. IGN Prime says Borderlands 3 sticks to its guns and outdoes itself with an amazing arsenal of weapons, humor, and missions. So that they gave it a 90. Yeah, definitely Kevin Mack in the chat. Randy Pickford. He's an interesting character. someone that I definitely cannot go behind in terms of like personal choices, you know. But we just talking about Borderlands 3 here. We're not talking about Randy Pitchford here on the podcast. But did I read Game Informer? Yeah, I did Game Informer. I want to read. U.S. Gamer is pretty critical historically, so let's read what they have to say. U.S. Gamer says, Borderlands 3 is more Borderlands, and all the loot that entails. This proper sequel improves upon the formula with more guns, but more importantly, a stretch of unique plans to kill enemies on. The new plans offer more visual variety and a great evolution of enemy encounters. The tuning is clearly meant for more than one player, making a punitive experience at times for the solo Vault Hunter. Despite the formula going a bit stale, Gearbox has expanded upon it in the right way, resulting in a great Borderlands experience. So that was Game Informer. GameSpot, why not read them? Borderlands 3 has a few stumbling blocks when it comes to the bosses, but these fights are overshadowed by the game's rewarding gunplay and over-the-top humor. The game's character-driven narrative acts as a satisfying finale for the loot shooter franchise, and the new mechanisms and features, especially the reworked skill trees and weapon manufacturer effects, gives you plenty of agency in how you want to play through it. If you've never been a fan of the franchise, it's unlikely Borderlands 3 does enough things different to change your mind, as the game best excels at continuing what the series has always done: deliver a humorous tall tale of misfits looting and shooting their way to heroism. So that was that. So overall, it looks like people are on the uppy up of Borderlands 3, you know, and obviously I didn't think that this game would get like a perfect score or something crazy like that. Is this trailer gonna play again? Don't play, Ad. Don't play. Be quiet. Thank you. It's quiet. All right. So yeah, I mean, I didn't expect Borderlands to get like some crazy score, you know what I'm saying? But I am definitely interested in knowing how I feel about it. And I will be doing a lot of streaming this weekend with Borderlands 3, 100%. I'm going to be dedicating a lot of my gaming time to Borderlands 3. And I personally cannot wait. Speaking of Borderlands, they just released at launch. They did release a launch trailer. I won't be watching it here on the podcast because just in case, 2K definitely might not be happy about that. So I won't be playing it. But we see some gameplay here. And we can probably post some gameplay. Why not? Just watch a little bit. But yeah, I am so excited for Borderlands. And if you want to get a chance and play with me, join the Discord. Join the PlayStation Source Discord. If you're on PS4 and you're picking up Borderlands 3 day one, let me know. I would love to play with some of the fans, and I will most definitely, jump in with you guys and run a couple of these. And it'll be a lot easier because they have the looting system that you can trigger, the new and improved one, and you can choose between any of these two different types of looting mechanics. But the new one is that whether I can be level 25 and I will only see 25 level loot, you can be level 5 and see level 5 loot out of your chest, and we can all play together, and we don't have to worry about level scaling. And I think for enemies, I think they level in terms of both the characters and like a median type of deal. So it's the enemies won't be as powerful as the highest level player in the lobby, or it won't be as little as the lowest player in the lobby, and make it super easy for everyone that's super high level. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of oh yes, and of course join the PSN community. We did make a PlayStation Network community on there. Check it out, PlayStation Source. Search for it, all that good stuff. And so if you definitely want to play Borderlands with me, most definitely let me know. And of course, Christian definitely wants to play Borderlands 3. This is his definite game of the year. You know what I'm saying? Christian, I speak for him. It's all good. It's okay. I know. Christian was going to say it eventually, but, I'm sure he will definitely come around, to the old Borderlands 3. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe right there we will call it a show. Make sure to tune in to Road to Part 2 this week. We talk about the possibility of Last of Us Part 2 having open world parts of the game, or do we want to keep it just linear? Let me know if you're going to check out that, and check it out. Check out Road to Part 2 on Wednesday. Definitely hype for that to go up, as well as keep it locked on the channel for anything and all things PlayStation. And next week, we should have Christian back unless his sickness persists, which I will do another solo cross circle. And I can't replace Anthem. Yeah, Anthem is Goaty. Anthem is Goaty. But thank you all for rocking me in the chat. We have, of course, Christian. We have Kevin Mack. We got Owen here. We got, of course, Kevin Mack. Already said that. We have Omar. Shout out to you, bro. We have Psycho Moo. Psychic Moo. Shout out to him. Shout out to all you all. And I will catch you guys on future PlayStation Source content. I forgot what I was saying. But thank you for watching. And as always, greatness awaits.